We'll pull it up and read what it says.
How did you guys do on the midterm?
It was all right.
I got a D.
It's better than an F.
Oh, it's true. I don't understand how he expects us not to use the book. Those questions are really hard.
Yeah.
Well, they're straight from the, a lot of them are straight from the quizzes, though. So when I study for the quizzes, like when I'm doing the quizzes, I just copy the questions and answers and put them into my notes.
Yeah.
So it makes it easier to study for exactly.
The test,
yeah, I mean, for me, it helps a lot. I mean, I don't know. It's really easy for me to associate answers with questions. So, you know, not everyone can study that way, but like for me, it's almost like mnemonics, like associating a question with an answer.
Can you use those notes on taking the test?
What was that?
Do you use those notes when you're taking the test?
No.
You don't?
No.
Just study them?
Yeah, I just study them.
So it's not open note work?
Yeah.
It was open note, closed book. Okay.
No. Yeah, I think it's closed everything.
Except for the like when you're doing those, you know, those like quizzes and coaching activities, mastering geology, and that's open book and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, but I study the same way Daniel does, and a lot of the questions most of the questions on the test are all from the quizzes.
Yeah, there were a few things that like stumped me. Like they had the thing about the different types of igneous rocks, and like active lava. You know, it was like andesitic and whatever. And that totally stumps me.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Stumped me.
Fair enough.
Okay. Sorry, distracting.
It's all right.
No worries. So the prompt today is, as a group, synchronously create a geologic time scale that represents human life. Start with broad time periods in the way the geological time scale is broken up into broad eons. Then within those categories, get more specific, like periods, and then even more specific, like giving specific events in one life's history. Try to assign specific ages to those times. Explain how your human geological time scales differs from the actual geologic time scale.
Let's see. Let me see if I can find the time scale again.
Yeah. So should we do this on like a Google Drive on a Word document or
I was thinking, I looked at it earlier and I thought that we might want to do it on like a drawing format
again. So do I need to share another one with everyone?
Yeah, I mean, one of us can do it.
I got it. I got it pulled up right here. So.
So when the geologic time scale, that's like it shows like the layer by layer of like, you know, of a rock formation. So it shows it layer by layer, and that's the time scale. Or no?
So in this case, the time scale is of the whole Earth. So the different periods, like the Phanerozoic, and then different eons and such. So it's more. Oh well, maybe that is what you're saying.
Well, I thought they might have had like there was like some actual like special way to do it or something, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, okay, I just shared it with everyone. What section are you in, Daniel?
Chapter 9, where it starts talking about geologic time. I don't know if any of these are like supposed to be the actual thing, but it shows a lot of different things where it's showing like rock formations layer by layer, and like using those rock formations, they can determine like from what period, it's from. And I don't, if there is a method, I don't know. It might be a good way to do that, so that it kind of matches the.
What?
Chapter. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. So 9.5 is where it shows the graphic of a geologic time scale.
Okay.
So 9, section 5.
So I just took a screenshot of that, and it's in the Google drawing.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah. So that might help us as we go through this.
So should I read this?
How early do we want to start this? Like, do we start when the human was in the womb, or when they're first born?
Um,
Are we doing it like evolution, like from a fish? Or from...
No, it's the life history of a human.
Okay. So it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's
so
like a personal life history. It's like kind of the events that.
okay.
okay. So I wonder if we just start with the Phanerozoic. What's that, Kimberly?
Like if we start with the embryo.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to I'm looking at this time scale, and I'm seeing if we need to start. No. Joseph, do you have this? Were you able to get this? Were you able to pull it up?
yeah, it's taking a little while, but it's getting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, what were you guys saying?
Okay, so it says start with broad time periods, and the way the geological time scale is broken up into broad eons. And it says an example would be childhood, adolescence, etc. So the eons we have are, I'm trying to understand this graph here.
Wait, so eons is like just a giant time period.
Yeah.
So they're saying like, for example, what did they say? So eons, so it's childhood, adolescence, adulthood, then whatever's after that, being old.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm trying to understand this. Okay, so I think, so if you look on this table here in the Google drawings, so the Phanerozoic is an eon. So we would say, well, the time period we live in is the Phanerozoic, like Cenozoic, Quaternary, Holocene, or whatever. So I think we would start, Phanerozoic would be childhood.
So I just want to like kind of understand this a little bit better. So it shows like eons, but I don't get the Oh, you know what? Never mind. I see it now.
No.
I didn't get that the eons, like, it showed it shows like a few different eons. I didn't get that those were like different time periods. But yeah, I see that now.
Okay. So I'm still kind of confused.
So there's eons, which is like the broad time period. So, they were saying that's like childhood, adolescence, adulthood. And then eras would be like another period within the eon. So, like if we're talking about childhood being the eon, then
Oh, okay.
being a toddler would be an era, like toddler, or maybe
Infant.
like, yeah, infant, toddler, whatever comes after that, whatever you call it, childhood.
Okay, and then the next eon would be like adolescent
Yeah.
years.
So adolescence, like, I mean, it could be the years themselves.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how, that's kind of, I guess, what we're determining is how you define that.
Yeah. So what's the very first eon on this scale? Is it the Precambrian? Or
Well, so it's kind of weird, but it looks like within there's a few parts that are broken up within the eons. I guess it's like main eon, like primary eon, and then like secondary or sub eons.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
But we don't have to get all like technical like that, right? With the sub-eons and stuff.
Yeah. So
Like,
oh, sorry, go ahead, Joseph.
so like I looked up online to see what stages we have, and it came up with 4. It says infancy, childhood, adolescence, and adulthood.
Infancy. Okay.
So those could be like our eons.
Yeah.
And we could even add like old age on there also.
Yeah. Like seniority or something. I don't know what you call it.
Okay. So let's say, would Precambrian be like infancy? And then within infancy, would it be like Hadean, say you're a certain number of months, and then Archeon is a certain number of months, and then Protozoic is a certain number of months, and then within those, you even divide it further, and then we move on to Phanerozoic, which would be like adolescent. Well,
Well, so it shows the eon Phanerozoic. So, for example, we might say childhood or like adolescence. Then the eras, we divide up childhood and adolescence into different eras. And we might even want to, it would make more sense to me for the eon. I don't know why they say for the eon that eons are like childhood, adolescence. I don't know. It's whatever, but I would think eon would be more like the span of the human life, personally. But I like Joseph said, it probably doesn't even matter that much. It's kind of just up to us how we want to define it.
okay.
Yeah, I think it's easier if we just for
Follow.
the eons just write down those, and then from there break off into the eras for each one.
Okay.
And then,
yeah.
Okay. So say
then
we
we'll
have
go crazy.
Phanerozoic box, and then
Well, and so I think we don't have to like have all those different eons. Oh, well, never mind. Sorry. I keep forgetting how we're doing this.
I don't think I even know how we're doing this. Okay, so Phanerozoic would be, or here, what are you thinking, Daniel?
Oh, well, sorry, I was gonna say something else, but no, I mean, we're not necessarily like saying Phanerozoic and Precambrian. It's like what we're going to say is, so instead of Phanerozoic, we say, since this is the most recent, we would say like, I don't know, adulthood, and then
okay.
Precambrian or whatever would be adolescence, and then below that would be childhood.
Okay, okay.
If you want, I can create some boxes. We can put those in.
Oh.
So we want the oldest thing on top, right? And then the youngest further down.
Yeah. So.
Is that okay?
Oh, you can. Yeah, we can just fill those boxes with text, right?
Yeah. So
yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah. Well, and I guess you can fill with text.
I'm gonna try and I can pull it up on my phone so I can see what you guys are looking at. So if it ends, I'll call you right back.
Okay, sounds good.
How far are we going? We're doing eon, era, and something else.
I mean, I was just kind of putting in boxes, so it's however we want to do it. You might even want it. Well, and if we're gonna get really specific, we'll probably need to make this a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I think if we get as specific as they have, we're gonna be here all night and run out of ages and stuff. We'll have to go down to like days.
Yeah. Well, and I think the at least Brother Shirtless idea is that we define like periods, so maybe we'd have 3 different periods. So we'd have eons, eras, and then like the years or something like that, and then maybe events after that. So maybe like break it down to 4 different things. Or so they have eras. What is it? Eons, eras, periods, and epochs. And so maybe epochs would be the specific events or something like that.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And so when we say like, so eons, like, so childhood, and then an era might be like, I don't know, like preschool, elementary school, something like that.
Okay.
So like adulthood would be like graduating college, like stuff like that. You're saying?
Yeah. So I mean, for us, like for adulthood, we could say like, college, mission, marriage, etc.
Okay, so why don't we do like, let's work from the oldest and work our way down and then create other whatever. So we have like our, let's say our old age, and then we can put different time periods or whatever eras. So you have dying, you have gardening. I don't know. Yeah.
Gardening.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, because the Phanerozoic eon would be where we're at now, which would be the oldest. Well, or the new. Well, I guess in the time scale of things, we are far. Well, or would old age be the Precambrian, and we're the youngest? Which direction are we going?
That worked out perfectly.
Here,
Also, at least according to this, the top is the most recent.
Okay.
Because you can see like the numbers on the side where it says millions of years ago. So like the Hadean eon and era was that's technically 4.6 billion years ago. And then it goes all the way to Phanerozoic, which starts 540 million years ago.
Okay, so that would be childhood, way back there.
oh,
Yeah, so like what Joseph is doing.
Well, so we're just gonna do. Are we gonna just do old age, adulthood, adolescence, or?
I don't know how far you want to go.
No. I mean, it's. I didn't. Pre-mortal life and post-mortal life. Just kidding.
Yeah.
That would work too.
So what eras do you want to put for old age?
So we. So we're not quite at
What
death
are all
yet.
the boxes? The 3 boxes to the right of era. Are you going to put more boxes underneath those?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we don't have to make it this specific. But, you know, they have it breaking down to smaller and smaller portions.
I couldn't repeat
I said, so, you know, at least according to the graphic that we have, each one breaks into like smaller and smaller and smaller portions. So we might not necessarily have to detail it out this much for each one, but we can just fill it in as we go and see.
Yeah.
Because I think for the, I don't know, because let's see. On the explanation part, it says create a geologic timescale, blah, blah, blah. Start with broad time periods. Okay. And then that's kind of like the broad eons. Then within these categories, get more specific like periods. And then more specific.
Okay, so put in adolescence, put infantry, elementary, like in where they're kids, and then when they're teenagers. Can I write that in there?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not letting me write. If someone just wants to write the bottom box of adolescence, write infancy, and then in the middle elementary, and then at the top. What was that called? No.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about, guys?
Yeah. Where you said put infancy on the.
So in the adolescence boxes on the right, the bottom had, 3 boxes right to the right of that, and put like walking, the thing that babies what they're learning, recognizing colors, or And then in the child in the elementary, just put like to look up like what kids are learning section of like a sense of right and wrong and like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Do you
yeah.
understand?
I think I got most of that. Sorry, it's a little bit hard to hear.
Am I making sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that look okay? Like, what do you think? So, infancy, elementary, high school, college.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Adolescents at the bottom, put infant.
Do like middle school and elementary school.
Okay.
What were you saying about infancy?
So
So
are you guys writing the boxes at all?
Yeah.
yeah, can you not see it?
I don't think so. I can just see. Oh, okay.
Guys, so it looks like as
And then in the middle, where it says middle school, put elementary. And then in the top one, put youth, or what would you call that when you're in your teens? Pretty.
hey guys, so what's that? Adolescence, the Precambrian era. So there are no periods within that. If we look to the right, there's no periods there. There's just the eras. We don't get into these eras until the Phanerozoic, which would be the old age. Does that make sense?
I guess kind of. Well, is it that way because like that's how it actually is, or is it just because they're not showing it?
I guess you're right. They may not be showing it. Yeah, that's good. Keep going.
So I wrote down for elementary school, learning to walk, learning to talk, and learning to write. Is that okay?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's fine. Well, because learning to walk is more. You know what we could do? We should expand the dialogue a little bit and add in like infancy. That way, it makes it a little bit more fun. Because that's like something that happens in infancy.
Okay.
And so we could just expand this and add in like infancy right here.
Okay, that works.
Or here, you don't have to
Under,
redo that.
do you know what I'm saying?
All right, I did not. All I can hear is Joseph right now.
Hey Joseph, can you mute your phone,
Oh, yeah.
your microphone when you're not talking?
Yeah, sure.
We love your kid, but it just can't quite hear.
What were you saying, Kimberly?
I was saying underneath adolescence in the Eon section, if we should put infancy.
Yeah. So we just. Oh, are you saying put infancy as an eon?
Or wherever you guys think. I just think it should be somewhere in there.
Yeah. So we just put in. So we put in infancy as part of adolescence. We could call it like adolescence and childhood. I don't know. I think if we do childhood by itself, it'll just be a little bit too much.
Okay. And then you could put like puberty as one of them.
Oh, for an era. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, for the
And so what we have so far for the eras for adolescence and childhood, so we put down like infancy, elementary school, middle school, high school.
okay.
I don't if you wanted to. I mean, we could do what they do in this graph where it's like the Precambrian is this giant era or this giant eon, and then they have like eons along with that. You know what I mean?
Right. I feel like it looks fine how you did it. I
Okay.
didn't see the infancy part because my phone is being really slow, so I didn't see that, but I see it now. So.
Okay. Awesome.
Sweet. So with it,
here, we can if we want to get all the text in here, we could just expand these like rows and columns. Let me try this. Does that work?
yeah, it looks good.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to go here in a second.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll have.
For anything?
What was that?
Do you need me for anything?
No, if you need to go, that's fine. We'll have the I'll have the link to the YouTube video posted on this picture.
And if you need me to edit anything like on the thing, just let me know and I can go make edits if you guys need.
Yeah, you can come on here, make it look like a rainbow if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
I'll put the colors in, you guys. I'll put the colors in.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
Okay, see you guys later.
See ya.
Yeah. I'm just gonna make those gray, separate it.
So let's finish our era page and then move over to period. So with adulthood, we have college.
Do we want to put in like mission?
So that'd probably go in period. You think? Do you think that?
Yeah.
Smaller?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What about? I guess marriage might also be part of college.
Yeah, marriage might be in the college era.
Maybe another part of an era would be like a career. Would that make sense?
Yeah, and then the last part might be, let's see, that 50 to 60, 40 to 60, midlife.
Midlife crisis.
Yeah.
You're actually gonna put that. It works.
Okay. Then with old age, we have retirement.
And we don't necessarily have to fill in all these boxes.
Yeah.
Maybe like for, I don't know, I feel like there should be one more thing for college period.
Marriage.
Like graduation, I don't know.
Graduation. Good.
Se lo puoi portare via, Daniel? Sono nato poco meno così.
Elementary school.
Daniel, chiudi.
Yeah, I mean, like some of these, like, I mean, for marriage, like what events? I mean, I guess you could put like getting engaged and stuff like that.
Engaged, wedding planning. Such.
Maybe I think we should make marriage an era.
You could do that. Do we want to scrap like
and just do like
yeah,
boom pop, yeah, bump up. Bless you.
Thank you.
Bump up the career and put marriage in the middle. What do you think?
I guess that makes sense because then, you know, outside of marriage, you can put in like getting engaged, having kids. I don't know.
Mhm. For old age, for era, we can put loss.
I mean,
Because people are going to start dying, whether it's one of the spouses or, you know, or grandchildren.
let me see. How do they define it? How do they define them? So periods. It just says it's a basic unit on the time scale. What about epochs? Yeah, there's not really much of anything that really defines what they are. I would assume epochs or however you say it, are like specific events. So I think marriage would be fine as like a period. At least that's what makes sense to me. Is an epoch is like very, very specific events, like a specific day or week.
Mm.
So you could very well say like having kids is like a period of marriage. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You guys know better than me.
I don't know about that. Okay. As far as old age goes, should we say old age grandkids you have in like your 50s, but we'll just say that's old age for now. I guess it's old to us. Then
Well, you could also, before even saying grandkids, you could say like I don't know how you would state that, like your kids getting married.
Oh yeah. Empty nester.
Yeah, you could say that. In-laws, I don't know.
Let's see. Let's do. If you retire before you're an empty nester, it depends, I guess.
My dad hasn't retired yet, and he's basically an empty nester.
Retirement.
How about travel? I guess it's something you can do when you retire, so there should be a period.
Senior couple mission, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Joseph.
Spend money. Spend the money. Bird watching. Oh yeah, I like that. Grandchildren. That makes sense. That's a period.
Golf. Nice.
Elementary school. See if I can figure out these other ones.
I don't know about the empty nester ones, but
yeah, that's fine. We're coming up on our hour here in 15 minutes, so we'll just wrap it up here in the next 15 minutes would be good. Yeah, death. It would be a period.
Well,
no, I guess it wouldn't be.
I mean, you could say it's a period in like specific
death.
events would be like funeral and stuff like that. I don't know.
Or deathbed.
How's this one?
Dying is fine.
Okay.
Man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to all this. Wait, I wonder. Oh, no way. That's awesome. I can just like turn this into, just like cut that into half.
Dang.
No, I don't know how to get rid of the text. I'll do that later.
You have to do it one by one. Oh, that didn't do it.
Yeah, you can just replace it. Let me this again. No, not being lazy, I promise. Probably should have. Yeah, actually, let me redo that. I'm gonna erase everything and then copy it. Let me expand this just a little bit.
Nice one, Joseph. Oh, I thought you were going to say with little children surviving.
Oh, no.
Both are funny.
Poverty.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, I guess this would be an epoch buying a house. Put that in marriage. Right. Today.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to say, I really like how easy to use this is.
Yeah, it is pretty nice.
I think it's supposed to be garden. Yeah. Oh, kindergarten. Student loans, I like it.
Whatever to fill the boxes. Or just like second grade and fourth grade or something. Or that, yeah.
Trying to think, what else would you consider a period in elementary school? I guess, like I said, we don't necessarily have to fill in every box.
Yeah. Especially with epoch. There's no way.
Yeah. Middle school. Like thinking I don't know, social awkwardness, is that a period?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's still a period in my life, but
that's more like an era, right?
yeah. An eon.
It's an eon, eternal eon up until you're old. And then instead of social awkwardness, people just say you're old.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just cute. You're just old.
Sweet.
I'd say maybe one thing for middle school is preparation for the future. I felt like when I was in middle school, that's all they talked about was the future. Like high school counts, make sure it counts.
Yeah.
This is easy. First day of school, first steps. plane. Becoming annoying. Kind of mean, but it's true.
I wrote down for puberty, I wrote down voice gets deeper if you're a boy, and I put secondary sexual characteristics.
Nice.
Perfect.
I feel like that's even true for women, if their voice gets deeper, at least most women.
Your voice.
Like just slightly. It's not like a guy, but
We don't have to fill all these out, right?
yeah, we definitely not.
No.
And I think he wants us to put like a age, to like say how for some of these, right?
This is like a time period. I don't know.
Well, I think since we have these, it's you can kind of assume what age range you're going to be at.
Yeah, so it's a start with broad time periods and the way the geologic time scale is broken up into broad eons. Then get into more specific categories like periods, and then even more specific. So we did eons and then eras, and we're doing periods and then get more specific, like specific events. And then it does say try to assign specific ages to those times.
Oh.
So like to the periods, so like next to the period, write down, or to the era.
I would say down. I mean, in this one they do it all the way down to the epoch, but I think if we do it down to the period, that's fine.
Okay, what age is someone dying? 80 up?
Yeah, and I'll even do it for like eons, like adolescence and childhood is 0 to 18. Or,
How old do you retire? Well, six. How about
65?
Yeah. How about we just do 60 to
90 or something like that.
Yeah. And then adulthood can be 18 to 60 or whatever, I guess. I don't know. 19. Yeah.
19. I feel like even 19 is like adolescence sometimes. Let's see. So it's 19. I'm gonna do 20 because it looks nice and even.
You know how old CEOs are typically?
72.
I was thinking like 40.
Yeah,
Mid 40s.
Because most people are in internships and stuff like that up until like 28, 29. I don't know. Full-time job is like your 30s. Yeah, mid-40s, pretty accurate. But I ain't no scientist. What is elementary school? 5 to 11. Like 12 to 15. Oh wait. Oh, I'm thinking of Washington standards. High school is 9. Most places it's 9 through 12, right? 9th grade through 12th grade. I guess it doesn't really matter that much.
That would be to like 37 for college for some people.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, because I have some friends that are like 32 or so. I'm 28, so
Wait, what were we saying for college?
like 18 through I don't know, like 35 or
Yeah.
30s.
That sounds good. Most people are. Then marriage is just like somewhere in the middle. Like
Yeah.
probably for most Mormons, at least like 20.
Through 45.
45.
Yeah.
Your career is anywhere from like 25 through 60,
Mhm.
or I guess 65.
Except you have to change that to 59 because adulthood only goes up to 59.
All right. I don't know if it matters that much.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter all that much.
Hey, crosses over in this thing, so I don't know. Mission's like anywhere from 18, at least for guys, it's 18 to 25. Leave it at that. Not very many women serve after 25. Student loans, life. Graduation, just say like, I don't know, 22 through 35. Surviving with little money, life. That is definitely another life thing.
Yeah. It's probably good.
Yeah.
Have a lot of
Until death.
yeah. Guess we can probably delete this
Oh, yeah.
the period geological time scale, right?
Yeah. We need it. We delete that. Then we then expand this. We can just make it disappear. Never there.
Well, looks good to me. I think we're We're done.
Awesome.
Me too. Cool. Thanks, guys. Oh, next week, I won't be able to do Thursday night. So, would another night work? Or if one of you want to set up the whole recording dealio?
We could definitely figure it out. We could. I mean, next week. I'm free just about any night. So
Like Wednesday?
yeah, do Wednesday.
Wednesday?
I can't think of anything else that I'm doing next week at night, except for like.
If it's the same time, I can do it on Wednesday.
Okay, I'll send out a text and see what Kimberly can do.
Awesome.
So, but yes, and we're going to some kind of, not concert, but some ladies talking. Elizabeth Smart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's speaking in Idaho Falls, so we're going to go listen to her.
Awesome.
Yeah, let's try to plan Wednesday around 6:30, but I'll send out a text and.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
Thanks, guys.